What's going on, guys? It's Harry from my studio, and today we're going to be reviewing Rogue One. First thing you may have noticed, the camera angle is a bit different. Yeah, well, that's because last time I had to wrap up my review pretty quickly. I didn't have enough types. In fact, I'm going to wrap this review up really quickly. It's probably going to be shorter than Doctor Strange, probably. Anyways, let's talk Rogue One. So Rogue One is basically like the episode between episode 3 and episode 4, kind of like episode 3.9 if you ask me. Now we'll get to the story later. First up, I want to address all the characters, the actors, and the actresses. Felicity Jones does a beautiful job as portraying Jyn Erso, sort of like Rey's character because young brunette girl with a British accent who wants to find her parents and try to struggle with life, try to struggle with the day, and she's with the day that her parents were taken away from her, and she hates the Empire. She does a brilliant job as portraying Jyn Erso. I forgot her name back there. Another character I really liked was K2SO, aka the Black Droid. Oh, okay, that came out wrong. The droid. Think of K2SO4 as the way everyone describes him, which is C-3PO's older, sarcastic brother. Yeah, you get the point. He was always there. Everybody laughed at what he did. Even his first scene I just went crazy in his first scene. Congratulations, you are being rescued. Another character I really like, and this is probably my favorite, is Donnie Yen's character, who plays Chirrut Imwe, the blind guy. I really like Chirrut's character. He's supposed to be the Jedi type of person, but not like force sensitive. He can't use the force or anything. Kind of like Maz's character, only blind and with more depth, and he's a human. I'm one with the force and the force is with me. I'm one with the force and the force is with me. I'm one with the force and the force is with me. His partner or best friend, Baze, is also there. The one character I didn't like too much on first watching was Bodhi. Bodhi felt like a pretty bland character, but on second viewing, I realized he's got sort of a character. I mean, he's not good, but at the same time, he's not like completely terrible either. Best character in this movie is actually Krennic. I mean, yeah, Vader too, but Krennic is the best villain, but we'll get to him later. So the story basically is that rebels need to get the Death Star plans to stop the construction of the Death Star. It's basically the episode 4 title crawl. And yeah, that's the story. First they find Galen Erso. Galen's like, the plans are in Scarif, and then they go to Scarif, and but before that they go to Jeddah, and then they go find Galen, and there's a lot of location shifting in here. I mean, you're in one planet, and then you're in another, and then you're in another, and then you're in the same one, and now you're in a new one, and then you were in the beginning, in the middle, and then you were here and here and here. There is way too much location change. It actually starts to get annoying, but after 1 hour of character development, like the first 1 hour was just focusing specifically on the character development. But after the 1 hour, we get the fight scene. And holy shit, the fight scene is effing amazing. I mean, we have never had such a good space scene since Return of the Jedi. Like, you just have spaceships going through here, you have X-Wings fighting. Hell, there's actually this one scene that there's this hammerhead ship, I think that's what they call it in the movie. It just crashed into this one Star Destroyer, which crashed into a Star Destroyer beneath it, and that other Star Destroyer becomes into like this cone shape, and here's the shield, and it just literally just destroys the shield, and every X-Wing starts going in, and they start attacking on Scarif, and then there's those AT-AT walkers. I mean, it's just a really good space battle. I mean, you have AT-ATs, you have like X-Wings, you have that shitload of TIE fighters. Like, there's this one scene where the hatch of the Star Destroyer just opens, and these bajillion TIE fighters just come out of nowhere, and they're all just like attacking. And there's actually a really good Easter egg if you watch the scene a bit carefully. There's actually the original Red 5 dies, so pretty good Easter egg, because Red 5 was actually Luke, for all you Star Wars fans out there. The development of the story, like I said, it takes a little time to build, but in the end, it's awesome. The best part in this movie is easily the last 2 minutes, which is Vader's scene. I mean, in the beginning, Vader's all like, "Do you feel in charge?" And Krennic's like, "I built you a Death Star, and this gives you power over me." And that's literally the only scene we had. And yeah, not to forget, be careful not to choke on your aspirations. Yeah, I'm not lying. Vader made a pun joke. Yeah. But the last 2 minutes, Vader comes back. And it's just like, the setting of this movie is so, I mean, not the movie, the scene is so amazing. I mean, you just have like the rebels have got the plans and they're in the hand and they have to give it to the people on the other side of the door, but when they're going through, the door just literally opens, like, this is the wall, and it literally opens this much, and boom, it just stops. All the lights are out. There's an alarm going on. At first, there's silence, and then there's an alarm going off, and everybody's like, "We're gonna have stormtroopers, get ready, get ready." And then all of a sudden, they're all prepped up. The guy on the door is just like, "Hey, hurry up, open the door. We're gonna be attacked. We're gonna die." And then all of a sudden, they just hear this, and then they're like, "Hey, these aren't stormtroopers." And then Vader's lightsaber ignites, and that's literally the only light in the room. Like, the entire compartment of that ship just literally glowed with Vader's lightsaber. And Vader's just killing all these dudes. He's like, "Yep, I've done this before. I mean, remember when I killed those younglings off screen? This is exactly what it would have been. Whoop. Yep, I'm gonna steal all your blasters. All of you are dead." And that person at the end of the door, he's just like, "Help, help, hurry, help, we're gonna die." It was just such a well done scene. Like, that was just 2 solid minutes of holy shit and what the effery. Like, it was just one dark scene. And in the end, Vader just stabs the guy through the door. The door automatically opens, and that guy said, "Well, I'm out." And then the ship detaches, and it turns out to be the Tantive 4, which is Leia's ship. And then Vader's just like, "I'll find you." And that's when the movie ends. And once you've seen the movie, you really just feel like taking out Rogue One's disc and then putting inside Episode 4, because it ends smack in the beginning of, it ends at the exact beginning of Episode 4, hence the name Star Wars Episode 3.9. So yeah, the villains. Vader and this villain is, we don't see too much of him, but these last few minutes, they were amazing. Krennic is the main villain here, and I gotta say, Krennic, I mean, is officially the best non-Sith villain in Star Wars. I mean, the main villains in Star Wars is what? We got Palpatine, we got Vader, we got Darth Maul, we had Count Dooku, General Grievous, we also had Jango Fett, but screw that. But Boba was originally the best villain in Star Wars, but now he's been replaced by Krennic. Krennic is just such a, like, the original mastermind of the Death Star, and basically Tarkin replaces it. Which, another point I have to bring up, CG Tarkin. I mean, in the beginning, you can't tell that he's, like, on first viewing, I could not tell if he was, like, CG or for real, but as I saw the movie, I saw on its second viewing, I was like, you know, that is totally CG. But good thing is that if you're not a Star Wars fan, then you'll hardly know it is CG Tarkin. You might question, hey, why is his face so red? And sometimes, why don't his lips match what he says? But in the end, you just can't tell. Like, if you're a non-Star Wars fan, if you didn't know that the original actor who portrayed Tarkin died, then you can't tell, unless you got like really sharp eyes, you can't tell that Tarkin is actually replaced by a CG version of himself. So, overall, Star Wars, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it a bit of both? I'm gonna say it's a bit of both. It takes time to develop, and in this time to develop, we get introduced to all our characters who, spoiler alert, oh yeah, I forgot to mention spoilers in this video. Late timing, but still. The Star Wars Rogue One takes time to develop, and it's kind of slow. It could have been like half an hour's worth of development, but still, it takes time to develop, and in the end, it's just a really, really great movie. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's definitely not better than The Force Awakens. I kind of like Force Awakens more, but still, I'm just gonna say right here, Rogue One is an 8 out of 10. I definitely bought it CD. I definitely bought the Blu-ray version of this thing, and I gotta say, worth it. It was worth it. I enjoyed Rogue One. I watched Rogue One last night. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, the username to my Instagram is in the description, so please don't miss that out. So anyways, Rogue One. Rogue One. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Is it a bit of both for you? Whatever your thoughts are, leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and I shall see you guys in the next one.